Hi friends, so one of the things that I'll be doing today is taking cuttings from my grape tomato plant that's really like ginormous and huge, and as you can hear honking and knocking of roofing in the background, this is an urban homestead, and so I'm on a very small lot in the middle of the city, in the central city, and I grow a lot of things vertically, like you can see with the tomato vine behind me. I grow it up my 6 foot, 8 foot fence. I don't know how tall the fence is, but it's tall. It's taller than me. And so I'll be doing some cuttings today off of not the tomato vine behind me, but on opposite side of my yard. I'll be doing some clippings so that I can overwinter those in the house through the winter, and I will have big giant tomato plants to plant in the spring after the last frost and have some giant tomatoes hopefully in late spring. So come along with me and we'll make some clippings. So when you clip a tomato, what you're wanting to do to get a cutting is you're wanting to look for that third stem that shoots off. Sometimes we call it the sucker. It would be this one right here that I'm tapping. So you see one coming here and one coming off this side. And this right here, let me see if I can get a better angle. There you go, you can see it better. So we're gonna clip this one off and then drop it. We're gonna probably see if we need to trim it up, and then we're gonna drop it in water to try to root it. Okay, so like I said, we are going to clip this middle one right here. So I just give it a little clip, don't nick the other branches. And then we're gonna just clip this one here. So you've got two little shoots coming off the top, and then we're gonna drop it down in the water, and that's it. That's how you make a clipping. Another excellent candidate for a clipping, it would be right here. I don't know if you can see it, it's staring right at you, but it's this one, this stalk right here. And if we just clip it, I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. This is more of the size that we're looking for. So like 6 inches to a foot. Sometimes I even take them longer than that. And then we'll clip off this branch here and we'll dump it in the water. So again, we just take this, we're gonna clip the bottom shoots off because it'll just suck energy. So you wanna have just like about 2 shoots at the top. You can see here, this one and this one. And then we just drop it in the water and we're good to go. Okay, so from what you can see here, I have about 12 cuttings that I got that I put in this mason jar that I'm just reusing. I'm gonna put them in the windowsill, probably either in my kitchen or my laundry room, where they get good light but not a lot of direct sunlight, and they'll start to grow roots in like a couple weeks. I usually give them between maybe 2 weeks to a month to see if there's root development. If they start to look like they're getting rotten, then I pull those out and I throw them out. Sometimes you may have about, if you get 50% productivity as far as root development, so I have 12 in here, then I would have 6 giant plants by the spring, and each of those would go for like probably $10 at Home Depot or Costco, depending on how big they are. They could be $15 a pop. So that's still pretty productive, even if you only have a 15% productivity rate with your plants. A lot of times what I'll find with these grape tomatoes is they're super productive, and sometimes like 10 of them will take out of a 12 bunch. So that's really great. So not too much sun, indirect sunlight, but good amount of sunlight. In a windowsill. So I put mine either in north facing, but I have a hangover on my house, or I put them on the morning sun side, which would be like the east. And so the root development's great. And then I also just want to show you, see this is a reused gourmet glass. So I don't know if you've ever had frog balls, but they are Brussels sprouts that are pickled, and they're a little bit spicy. So These Atomic frog balls are spicy dill pickled Brussels sprouts, and if you haven't had frog balls before, they are fabulous. So whenever you go to your farmer's market stand or a little farm store that sells this homemade type of pickled stuff, if you love pickled stuff, which is like half of my diet is pickled stuff, try the frog balls. They are delicious, even if you do not like Brussels sprouts. They're not bitter at all. So I just wanted to give a shout out for our local farmers and canners and people that locally work at making food come to our table in a more organic and peaceful and delicious way. So shout out to them. But yeah, so we'll put these in the windowsill. Okay, so we're in my washer room. It's a little bit of a mess. I'm going to put them on this dusty shelf. Excuse the mess because we just got back from vacation. But you can see, here's the frog balls. So I cut these today on November 23rd, 2021. And I'm going to put them up here on this little ledge shelf. We live in a like 100-year-old craftsman style house. So it has these nice little windowsills. And I'll put it there. Now you can see these other three I've also been taking cuttings from. You can see that these ones were all done about November 1st, and then November 3rd. This is from that same bush. It's just prolific right now. It's trying to come back. But you see all this root development? Can you see all this? So I'm going to let those get a little bit bigger, and then I'll go ahead and plant those. But see these ones? When I was saying the ones that look like they're dying, maybe 50%, this jar just didn't do well. This is another variety of tomato that I have growing. So it didn't do that well. Maybe it just doesn't do well with cuttings, or it's more sensitive. And this one's probably about a 50%. So I've got to clean these out today. But this is a little bit of a glance. You can see that I have frosting on my window behind me, which really helps with this east-facing window. You get the morning sun here. You can see it's coming through my blinds there. So it gets sun, indirect sun from all different angles, which really helps not fry them. Like you can see a little bit here curling and it's frying, and that's okay. That one will probably still make it. But you don't want a lot of direct sun, especially if you're in like my region, which is Central California, in Kern County specifically, in the hotter regions of California, like zone 9. We're zone 9. It'll just fry them. It doesn't even matter if it's November or December. It'll shrivel them up. So anyways, there we go. There's our frog ball jar. Let's give a little pray, a little rain dance, a little rainbow and sunshine. We're sending our way to these 12 little cuttings here, and hopefully they'll make it.